Thank you, Steve, for the tremendous support, and the words couldn't be more precise about what we need here and what we're trying to do. I don't know how I'm going to feel by the end of the summer after I start walking up and down all the streets and hitting all the subways, because I kind of dread doing that, but I think Rachel and a few other volunteers, and Mark is going to kick my butt, I'm sure, because he's going to make me go out and do it, because if I don't do it, I don't want to have Mark. Oh, there we go. You know, he's tremendous. He's my right-hand, campaign manager in the Polish community. I've never seen a more dynamic person. He needs a big hand of applause, this fellow right here. Tremendous, tremendous work. I also want to thank Henry Skrotsky for hosting this. This was his idea. He wanted to do this. Moje serce dla ciebie, Henio, od mojego serca wszystkiego najlepszego. This is, like Steve said, this is a very interesting. It's going to be an intense race. There's going to be a lot of activity. It's a real race. It's not your typical kind of a situation, because you have somebody that is very, very energetic. The opposition he's an incumbent. He won 2 years ago by about 120 votes, but he was very, very determined. And he's going to be even more determined now. And he's got support. But what we have is something that's very, very important that he can never have. We have this community that's ours. We know this community. It's our community. We've lived here, we've grown up here, we've raised our children here. He didn't. He came from the outside. He came a couple of years from the outside. He wants to make a career, good for him. Everybody has a right to come in and make a career for himself. I'm not here to make a career for myself. I'm not doing this to move up any ladder, right? I've been working in the Polish community for over, I don't know, since 1982. Since after I came back from Poland, after martial law, during the Solidarity period, when I said, and some of you may have read this in articles that I've already said publicly, after I came back from Poland, when I saw what happened in Poland, I saw the potential change, and I saw the Poles coming over in the 80s, the refugees, the exiles, looking for help, looking to start a new life here. I said, this is the community I want to work with. These are my people that I want to work with. And my heart went out to that community. And I started as a director of refugee assistance. And I did that for several years. And I moved on. I learned how to develop programs. I started to build programs, after-school programs, senior programs. I must have trained over a couple of thousand immigrants to get their green cards through the examination process. And some people remember there was a whole examination training and workshops that we went through in order to get people to become citizens. We all did that as volunteers. I worked for that community tirelessly for many, many years. Now, I understand that everybody here, a lot of people, they, especially the Polish community, they're hard-working people. You work hard. You don't ask for handouts. You work hard to make your living. There are some people here that are tremendously successful business people, and I applaud them. They came here with nothing, but they made tremendous strides for themselves. But those people and all the other hardworking people in this community, I think we've matured. We've matured to the point where we say, okay, I know what I can do. I've done something for myself and my family. Now what can I do for all of us? What can we do to make this community stronger? What can we do to give a voice to this community? Because we don't have a voice. It's a very weak voice. For years and years, everybody says, well, the Polish community, the Greenpoint community, they don't vote. They don't come out to vote. And it's true. If you look at the tallies, they don't come out to vote. Because why? They don't have anybody to vote for. Well, now you have somebody to vote for, me. I represent you. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you. Because I love what we are about. I love our culture here. I love our diversity of all the different groups we work with, the various ethnic groups. I like the fact that we come from a working ethic, where people work hard for a living, and have built this community over the years, many, many years, 2, 3, 4 generations. And I love the fact that we have new immigrants from the post-solidarity period that give a new vitality to this community. Now we know that the community is changing, and there are new people coming in that really have a very different cultural perspective on what the Greenpoint is about.
And we pay the taxes.
Yeah, that's another fact. But the problem is that they don't understand us. Many times they kind of look at the Polish community and some of the ethnic groups that are living here as kind of an oddity. What are these folks? Okay, but what are they doing here? Working people. We have, you know, tremendous ideas. We want to clean up the neighborhood. We want to develop, you know, environmental resources. All very good things. A lot of people that move in here have very positive influences. But they need to understand, and they need to reach out, and they need to gain our respect, and they need to give us the respect of what we are about, and especially this Polish community, because of its history and the identity of a Polish culture that goes so deeply into our history. They need to begin to learn who we are, not just as a community of people here, but as an identity of Polish people that have a very powerful, strong history, and that deserve the respect of this community and of all the citizens of this community in the United States. And that's what we're going to be building here. Now, we have businesses in this community. We have homeowners in this community, a lot of them from the Polish community and the local people that live here. But we don't have a clear identity. That identity comes when we build respect. How do we build respect? We join together. We come together and say, this is who we are. We're not going to be pushed out. We're not going to be pushed out of this community like it happened in the Lower East Side back in the 1980s, where we had a Polish community, we had a Polish national home that we lost. The Prospect Hall that we lost. We lost these places. These were icons of our communities back in the 80s and 70s and 60s. I used to go to the Polish National Home over on 8th Street for the Polish Boy Scout meetings. Richard Mazer knows that.
I danced there.
Okay, he danced there. I didn't dance there, but he did. Okay. But just the same, these are places no longer that belong to the Polish community. We just have one church in a small parish, a little enclave of Poles living there. That's all that's left. Do we want that to happen here? Do we want just to have a few stores and maybe a parish or two? Some people, oh yeah, they're quaint Poles that live here a little bit. Yeah, they used to have a community. No. We want to make a mark. We want to anchor ourselves and say, nobody's pushing us out of here. This is our community. You need to respect us just as much as we accept you coming in. We understand there's change, but our businesses are for you, but for us as well. Nobody's pushing us out of here. We want this community to be also a Polish community, and we want that identity to be something that you will learn to respect over time when you get to know us here. And that's what we're fighting for. And we can only do that by getting a voice that could be heard by the community at large. As we always say, politics is local. I keep saying that. Politics is local. What does that mean? Well, it's just local. If we can make a mark, if we can make the mark here in our community, we then begin to echo, as Steve said, throughout the United States, through other districts. They say, hey, this Polish community has come alive. Here we are together. They're doing something here. They're voting. They're coming out. They're helping a candidate. This candidate represents them. He's part of the community here. All of a sudden, we mean something. Make that something that you can think of as an important step in moving us to the next level. Think of the Polish community as moving and evolving to the next level. Help bring out the vote. Bring your campaign donations, because we're going to need to get my name out there. We're going to need the literature, but bring the vote out. Register in the party. Register, or those of you who already know people that are registered, get them to understand the importance of going out in this election. We can't let our community be taken over as we had that situation occur in the 80s. I'm asking you for that kind of help, because I think I'm making a sacrifice in being your representative and then coming back to help this community grow, to grow with the organizations, to grow with the businesses, to have all the different organizations that have been sort of on the margins to be able to come up and become recognized in this community as stable organizations helping their seniors, helping the youth of this community be part of this community. That's what we're looking at here. Go out, vote September 13th. I need your help. We're going to be out in the street. We really, really want this to work. And I'm going to win this. This isn't something like, oh, let's hope we win. I'm going to win. I definitely am going to win. With support like from Steve Levin, Assemblyman Lento, and the whole community that's behind me. Don't forget, I've been a community chairperson for 3 years. I've worked in the community since the 1980s. People know who I am, and if they don't, they're sure going to learn very quickly this summer. Thank you so much.